Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Kim with WorkHardTravelWell.com, and today I'm coming in live to talk about some unfortunate news that recently happened. It actually happened in December, or excuse me, October, at the end of October, but I actually woke up this morning and saw the unfortunate video and things that were circulating about Shanquella Robinson. Let me know if you've already heard about this story. And the story was about this young lady. She's 20. She was 25 years old. She went on a group trip to Cabo, Mexico, and unfortunately, she did not make it back to the U.S. She's from Charlotte, so when I first saw this story, I definitely was like, I want to get on here and talk about it. One, because it has to deal with travel, and also Charlotte's really like close to home. That's like my second home. So just hearing about news from Charlotte and then hearing about a group trip ended that way is very unfortunate. So they went out there. She was only there for like less than 24 hours before someone, got in a fight with her, and then she ended up not making it back. The people that was on a trip with her said that she had alcohol poison, had died of alcohol poisoning. Um, and they told her family that, and the people that were on the trip with her actually went back home to Charlotte and even supposedly, they brought her luggage back to Charlotte and told the family that she died of alcohol poisoning. But she ended up um, they left her body there, but her family kept inquiring because they didn't believe that the folks that went on a trip with her, and they were just saying like, this doesn't add up. Their stories weren't adding up, so they ended up inquiring more. They got an autopsy report that stated that she died from spinal and injury to her spines and things like that. So of course, that video that leaked of her being in a fight leads everybody to believe that that's the reason why. So, comments going around about saying like this is an example of why people don't go on group trips. Some people are just saying, you need to watch who you keep company with and stuff like that. Let me know, what your experience has been. Have you taken group trips? Um, are you hesitant to take group trips after hearing about this news? I see a few people watching on Instagram. I'm live on Instagram as well as I'm live on Facebook and live on YouTube. So that's what happened, and it's very unfortunate. I was just shocked to hear that happen, especially if you're going on a group trip. Why would you leave that person? Like that person died on a trip. Why would you go back home and not really see what happens with that person? Like just leaving them dead in Mexico. So it's very unfortunate. I was just, I guess, disgusted at the news just to see that. And then the video that surfaced showed that she was in a fight, but she wasn't fighting back. So whoever that person is, they basically attacked her, and those injuries led to her passing away. All right, I see a few people on Instagram. Jen Scales, the roaming family, what's up? She CEO, Naughty Blue joined. What's up? So it's been a while since I've taken a group trip. I will say I've been hesitant to take group trips just because in the past they haven't gone well. I think at a certain point, probably when I turned about 30, I was kind of done with group trips. So for now, I usually travel with my significant other, or I have like maybe two people I really like feel comfortable traveling with. Let's see, we have the Kenya Alicia says that I've taken group trips and didn't know people. Let me see if I can share this. Well, actually, okay. So the Kenya Alicia says, I've taken group trips and didn't know some people and it turned out good, but I do think some people always aren't good company. And then I still go. She says that she still goes on group trips, but will be more cautious. Let's see. Splash Teen says I have plenty of trips, and when alcohol is involved, sometimes it gets violent argument, a push, and a shove, and a fight. And I'm sure intentions wasn't to kill, but she wasn't fighting back, so she should have stopped. Yeah, definitely should have stopped. Like, I don't know why. Like, people in the video are saying like at least fight back. I don't know what happened, but for me, it seemed like it was. They were, of course, yeah, alcohol was involved. I don't know if they were filming that for social media or what they thought they were going to do with that. And it just went too far. But at the end of the day, I'm like, why, if it went too far, why lie about what happened? Why leave her in Mexico? Like, why rush back? It's just, it's crazy to me, especially if these accusations are true, where the friend brought their luggage back. It's just too many inconsistent stories. I've seen footage. I actually was looking at Nosy Bystanders and Storm Monroe, like some of the different channels that have kind of like done some really heavy investigation, and they showed some of the people that were there that actually have gone live since they've returned, because it's actually happened, like I said, at the end of October. So we're just now like finding about it because of the footage that leaked. So people have gone live stating that, oh, I wasn't there, I got there later, and then, when I got to the room, I ended up like comforting, like asking what happened, why was her lips or whatever looking a certain way. But the timeline of the report and everything would make you think that, all of this is kind of like their stories aren't adding up. Okay, so I have Erica Lapis on Facebook checking in, says keep up the travel excursions, you're inspiring. I appreciate that. Really wanted to have an open dialogue about group trips, because I often make kind of comments about how you can't travel with everyone. I actually went on a group trip a while ago where it ended bad just because of finances got mixed and mingled, and I ended up getting stiffed on some things. And since then, I'm just like, you can't travel with everyone. And I think after seeing this news, a lot more people are saying that. And then also a lot of people are saying, like, this is why I only have one or two close friends. And then it turns the light on people. It's just like a kind of like two different things where people are like, why it's odd for some females or women to have only a couple of friends, but then now people today are saying like, I see why people only have a couple of friends. So it's crazy. Like, I can't even imagine, traveling in my 20s is definitely different than when now I'm in my 30s. So it definitely is different. So I just can't understand how you can they're actually in a villa. So I can't understand how you can be in a villa and that happens and you just leave her and like to say she died of alcohol poisoning. I don't understand what the purpose of filming that and putting it on, releasing that video out to the public for people to see. And it's really unfortunate. As far as like group trips, you definitely have to be cautious about who you travel with. I would never imagine, I would never wish that on anyone, never imagine that a group trip can end in somebody dying. But you definitely have to watch who you travel with. It's unfortunate. See a few more people checking in on Instagram. Ken Carter Realtor. I am Bency. So if you're just joining, I'm talking about the story of Shanquella Robinson. And it's good that this story is making, getting the publicity now. Because there's a whole thing of, what's going to happen, because it took a long time and some money for her body to return back to Charlotte, North Carolina. But now what's going to happen as far as investigations, who's, going to be over that investigation, because Mexico actually noted that there was no foul play involved, but they noted on the autopsy that there was no alcohol in her system. They just noted she died from spinal injuries. So I actually posted a link in the description of this video about an article I wrote on my blog called "You Can't Travel with Everyone." And there's just some things that you need to look for when traveling with people before you go. And, I encourage people before you go, if you're considering group travel, definitely do some test runs, like some small day trips, something close by before you start going out of the country with people. I don't know what the case, how close these people were or what happened or whatnot. But for someone to claim that they're like best friends, to leave that person in Mexico without making sure she was, just to leave her there in Mexico, that doesn't sit right with me. So I encourage you to check out the link to that article in the description of this video. And then, some people are just like, that's why I go on solo trips. I know if I'm not traveling with the people I mentioned earlier, I'm going on a solo trip, but you also have to be careful with those too. You just have to be careful in general and just use discernment and just really have to stay prayed up, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of craziness going out in the world right now. So definitely praying for this family and hoping that they get justice for her, because that's not right to tell the family that she passed away from alcohol poisoning, but then a different story comes about. And there's so many different stories going around, or some stating that the aggressor actually has left North Carolina. I don't know. It's a lot of different things going on. So I hope they get justice, especially when you're dealing with that going on in Mexico and the family having to work with authorities there in Mexico. So I really hope that this family gets justice. So that's all. I just really wanted to come on here quickly to talk about it. And let's see. Making sure I didn't miss any comments. I'm going to end this live shortly. So I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So go ahead and share out this video so we can get more awareness around Shanquella Robinson. And if you're not familiar with it, it's 25 years old. She unfortunately was killed in Mexico at the end of October. And, the story, like the parents are wanting justice, rightfully so. They just want to know like what happened, because the stories were not adding up from the people that were on the trip. There was about, let me see, share this. I want to say it was about 5 or 6 people on the trip, mostly women. And then there's 2 guys on the trip. There was one guy who said he didn't even arrive until after it happened, and they just told him that she passed away from alcohol poisoning, which nothing is adding up to me. I'm actually surprised that these people are going live on Instagram. I guess I don't know. Some of these people have like deactivated their accounts and are not posting anything. But another thing that shocked me from the story is the guy that went live. I think his name is Nasir. He went live and basically posted that it was his birthday. He got down there. He didn't get to drink. He didn't get to do anything. And I'm like, so your friend died and you're going live after the fact to say, like, to complain about how you didn't get to drink or do anything for your birthday? Like, this whole thing is just, it's crazy to me. Let's see. Got Recovery One Journal checking in on YouTube. What's up? Thanks for checking in. We got House of X. Hey y'all. Thanks for checking in. So I'm live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube right now. So I'm making sure I'm keeping up with the comments. So definitely let me know your thoughts on this story. Like I said, if you're just joining, I'm talking about Shanquella Robinson, who went on a group trip and did not make it back because she got in a fight. She died of spinal injuries, but her friends, not even friends, basically went back to the family and said that she died of alcohol poisoning. So a lot of people now in the travel space are like, I don't want to travel with groups anymore after this, or you got to watch who you travel with. Let me know if this is going to make you cautious as far as with your group travels. Your thoughts on group travels. Like I said earlier, I'm not really a big fan of group travels because I financially got burned with a group trip, and I'm just like, never again. So it literally has to be the right people. When people approach me on social media about like, hey, let me know next time you're going somewhere, I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, I hate to say it, I'm really like cautious and like close. Like, I keep my close circle of friends that I travel with. So some people earlier in the live said that they are going to be cautious when they travel now with people, but when alcohol is involved, it could lead to stuff like that. And I guess it just depends on what group of people you hang with, and maybe it depends on what age you are in life. Like, I don't know if all of these folks on the trip were in their 20s. I've been on group trips. We've had drinks. I just can't imagine getting into a fight, especially that leads, it's just very unfortunate. And if I ever do go on a group trip again and something doesn't sit well with me, I've done this in the past. I've gone on a group trip and I was kind of like just over the group, or like they wanted to do certain things and I didn't. And I didn't force myself to do it. I'm just like, hey, I'm going to chill in the room. I'll meet you guys at the restaurant later or something like that. So group travel is definitely interesting. You really have to vet who you travel with, whether it be vacations. I made this checklist a long time ago, and I actually put it on my website for folks to download. And people really appreciated it because, like, even when you go on vacations, you just never know. Um, you got to really vet them before you go, especially when you're going out of the country with someone. So vacations, group trips, you definitely got to vet these people. And like I said, I don't know what the situation was here, what happened. I'm not saying like blaming or anything, but it's just a very unfortunate story. See a few more people joining on Instagram. Wanston, what's up? It's me, Wanston Honey, joined on Instagram. Hey there. Amazing Drew, what's up? Chocolate X Mommy. But for real, let me know, what your experience has been like on group trips. Are you hesitant to take group trips? If so, let me know why. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss any comments. Yeah, that comment about, I'm sure the intentions wasn't to kill. Yeah, it's crazy because the video shows her continuing to basically just punch into her. And I even think I saw a kick, and I'm not showing the video. It showed up on my Twitter, and I'm wishing I didn't see it, but I'm glad at least the news portion of it. So the fact that the parents are wanting justice, that is starting, that story is finally starting to circulate, because I had no idea. This happened at the end of October. We're at November 16th. Hadn't heard about this story. So there's a hashtag going around called, or the hashtag is, I believe, Justice for Shanquella on Twitter. So I'm really hoping that this family does get justice. So let me make sure I haven't missed any other comments, but thanks for checking me out. I really just wanted to go live. Like, this really bothered me because being in the travel space, just being like, I feel like there's so many things that we should be able to do without it ending in death. And definitely traveling with people that you think are your friends, definitely not in death. Like, who goes to Mexico, to Cabo, and then like just fighting? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, these people definitely showed their true colors. They weren't her friend at all. Like, the fact that happened within 24 hours and they left her there. I think that I read that they cut their trip short, went back home, and you get on Instagram to say that this was my birthday weekend, I didn't get to do anything. And then they went on to say that they wish they never went there and stuff like that. So just the fact that you say, like, your focus was the fact that your birthday, you weren't able to drink or do anything because when you got there, she passed away. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a very sad story. So I'm hoping that they get justice. I don't know how it is going to work with them, since it happened in Mexico, how long that's gonna take, what that looks like. So I just hope they get justice. So yeah, House of X says praying for them. I definitely am praying for them too. Shanquella Robinson from Charlotte, 25 years old, very young. She was a hairstylist. Like I said, this story hit close because I've taken group trips. This is in the travel space, and Charlotte is like my second home. I lived there for several years, and then I have a lot of family there. So very unfortunate story. So thanks for joining, y'all. I'm going to end this live now, and I will see you all next time.